Thank you for watching Barb, Molly, and Princey. I haven't been in here for a very long time now because I was a little sick. I have a very bad heart palpitation. Had to go to the hospital, and then I was just chilling for a while. But I was on I think TikTok, and I saw a gentleman, and he was talking, and really caught my interest of what was going on, and he was talking about a race, and he was saying that he was talking to some this Jewish man and asking why the black race is at the bottom of the barrel and is not progressive. And what he was saying just caught my eye. Well, my mind, not real my eye, but my mind. And I really listened to him. I sent it to my Facebook account, and then I don't know where it went. I went over there looking for it because my finger touched something and on TikTok, and it went away, and I don't even know what it was or his name, so I could go back and look for it to find out. But he said that the Jewish people said in their community they support each other. He said, the Jewish man said, in our community we support the Jewish community, and all the money that we have and spend, we spend it in the Jewish community with each other, and we uplift each other and we help each other, and a lot of other things he was saying. I can't remember because all that he said, but that really appeals to me, and I wonder who can and how can we get to have our black community to be like that, or to help, or to think about each other. He also said, the Jewish man said, the black people, they kill each other. They don't like each other. They go against each other, and those are things that I sit and I thought about all the time. Why are we like that? We rather to spend our money with somebody else instead of spending it in our own community. A matter of fact, then, although rather, when you go to the black community, they are ignorant, they are crude, they shout, they insult you. Although you go to spend money with them, they don't let you feel welcome, or in the other community. Or for instance, when you walk into Publix, welcome to Publix, welcome to Bravo, welcome to this and welcome to that. They always say welcome. You know what I mean? In the black community, well, if you don't buy it, somebody else will. And those are the attitude that they have, and that doesn't make a business. You're running down your business, because even if that person don't come, maybe nobody else come for the day, and you're going to sit in that store all by yourself and nothing happen, especially if you're in a little area where people don't find you that much. And I wonder, why are we like that? I know we were taught to honor our slave master, but that's back in the days. We can't sit down and says, "Oh yeah, my foreparents were slave, and so I'm going to sit down here and don't work and do." You have to help yourself. It's everybody help themselves away, and the black people don't want to help themselves. Why? And on my street, they are building houses, and I walk each day. I walk like 5 miles a day. And when you go on the street and look at the people who are building the houses, Mexican, Puerto Rican, all different Spanish ethnicity group are working. Where are the black people? One black person, no more than that. And I'm wondering, why? Why? If you can't get any work, you can grab a little lawn more, one little push more, and you can go in the community, take a picture of the house that you cut the lawn, and have it, cut it the best of your ability. I have my friend in Fort Lauderdale, and her son start cutting lawn with one little push lawnmower. You want to see the big business that he have now? A very big business. Employ other people to cut lawn, because now he's the big man. Whatever you're doing, you do it to the best of your ability. Start small. Don't look to start. I have my son, and my son want to start do something, and my son go out and spend $5,000 on it. Buy. Next thing, where is the stuff that you buy? Well, I didn't do it, and I give it away. That's not how you start. You start small, and then you get big. And because our people not starting at the top, they don't feel like they are progressive or they can do anything. You know, I'm a woman. I paint my house myself. And I have 5 men stop by my yard asking me to go and paint their house. I should go and paint their houses. Men stop by my house asking me to paint the house. I do my own lawn. I do it to the best of my ability. I have men stop by my house daily to say my yard is so good and my yard looks so good, and you know what I mean, and they're trying to do the same thing at home. I wish their wives would come out and do something like that. I don't care who want to do it. That is what, and when I do something, I do it to the best of my ability. I used to have a cleaning service. Everybody wants me to come and clean their house because I don't tell them that I was the owner, because when I started out by myself, and I clean to the best of my ability. Everybody wants me to come and clean. Everything I do it to the best of my ability. You don't have to start out being a CEO of a Fortune 5 company or whatever. You can start out being small. Help yourself. You see how those Spanish people can work? Those Spanish people work like crazy. Every time I pick up the phone and call to get a Spanish person to come out and do something, the Spanish person, the person that comes out is a Spanish. If you call them for gutter, I just have my gutter put up. It's a Spanish man and you know what? That Spanish man have his brother, his son, and his whole family member in that thing, doing the one work. No war, no quarreling, no nothing. Let us get our family member to come out and do something. It's a big war, it's a big fighting, it's a big quarreling, and then getting more money, and all this kind of thing. Your family are hating you and hating you for some reason, of God-forsaken reason, that for something, because you don't act like them, because you don't do what they do, they feel, and because of who you are, they hate you for some reason. Because you don't act like a hooligan, you are progressive, you do something, your family member hates you. I have 2 sisters that hates me. What? Because I'm different. Oh, you say you don't have any money all the time, and every time you have $2,000 to go put gutter on. You always have big money to do big things. And what? Oh, you always buying a house, you have a new car, you always buying them. You have to help yourself. I'm going to sit down and depend on the government? No. I am a woman who work 4 or 5 jobs, if that's it, in my time. If that's what it takes, that's what you have to do to make your life better. You don't sit and wait for the government to give you a handout. And when you raise your children, and your children come and live in the government, and all of you sit there, none can help each other living in the government. It doesn't work that way. Get an education. Start out. You don't have a GED? Get a GED. After a GED, you go to school and you get your AA degree. After your AA, you move up to your bachelor. You move up to your master's. You move up to your PhD. You move up to becoming a doctor. You move up to becoming a lawyer. You can do it. You're young. You can do it. Let me tell you something. I wanted to be a doctor at my age. You can become anything you want to do. The brain can expand to do anything, even if you think that you don't have your GED today. You can study and you can get. Why other people can do it? People can do it. Those Asian people leave 80, and most of them are RN, nurse practitioner. You go to the doctor. A lot of Asians are nurse practitioner, RN. They can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So you can better your life. You can have a good job. You can have a good home, a good car. You don't have to be envious and said, oh, well, I can't look what you have, I don't have. Doesn't work like that. Anybody can do it. Let them stop talking about your race. Don't sit there and talk about your family was in slavery, and because they was in slavery, All right, they was in slavery, so what? Are you in slavery today? No, you're not. Slavery is not a good thing, but let them see that you can move from that. You can move from that level to another level. Then they'll say, oh boy, they were in slavery and look at them now. It's not only one person. When I walk in my neighborhood and see all the black, a matter of fact, I was walking my dog the other day, and this lady, I stopped by and was talking to a gentleman, didn't know that was her husband, and she came out and introduced herself. The woman was a black attorney living like across the way on another block from me. I was so proud. She wasn't like uppity. She just, down to earth person. And that's what you hear. When you have something, you don't try to say you have it and the other person don't have it. We had to help everybody. Help somebody to move up. Don't try to go, oh, I have to get in the entertainment industry. That's not only where you can make money. Because the minute you go in there and the war and the fighting that's in there, you may lose your life. Because every one of these black person that's in there, they're fighting and shooting, and you hear this black one died, that one. Every minute, young children are dying because of envy. Because we don't think that we ought to work for the things that we have. We think that somebody else work and we go and shoot them and take it from them. It doesn't work that way. Think of what you want to be in your life. Think. Everybody was born for a purpose. Not to sit at home, not to only collect food stamp. If that's all you can do, if you have a disability, you have a lot of children and whatever it is. But you can work, you can do it. If it's to pick up paper on the street. I see people drive the little cart and picking up paper on the street. If that's it, start out doing that. If they see that you're doing that and you do it with a good heart, next thing you know, you move up to putting the trash in the bag. And you move up and you move up and you move until you be supervisor, until manager, until you never know. Anything you're doing, you do it with a willing heart. There are jobs out there, and if there is no job, create a job. You can create a job. You can do something. If it's draw, you can draw. You draw beautiful. Draw it and make things and stand at your gate and put it out and sell it. People in Fort Lauderdale, people used to go under the bridge and put all the things that they draw and paintings and things and sell. They move in the shopping center. They let them stay in the shopping center and sell out of their car back. I saw a man at a grocery store selling plant out of his car back. Come on. If that's all you can do, create a job for yourself. Don't just sit there and said, "Oh, I'm waiting the government to pay me because my family was in slavery." And are you in slavery now? No, you're not. You're not in slavery. So don't put yourself in that category because you are not. It's gone. It was a bad thing. It's gone. We cannot sit here and lament on it and say, "Oh, I was in slavery. I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to eat. Let me die. I was in slavery." That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You know, my daughter let her little girl, while she's in high school, take college level courses. Little girl have AA degree before she even get into college. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I want to see more black people doing something. More black people having business. More black people. You don't have to start at the top. If it's tree you cutting, cut that tree to the best of your ability. Because if you cut that tree and when you get to the stump, you cut around it and round it off, and it's like you use a file to file it off, and let that person say, "Oh boy, you did," and you cut up that tree and you put it outside or whatever to do with it. You let that person say, "Oh, I get a guy that came here and he cut a tree for me. Honey, it's the best tree I've ever seen cut." And he recommend you to somebody else. That person recommend you. You be the best tree cutter in your area, and you get a lot of job. If you're a painter, you paint to the best of your ability. You have a wet cloth and a wet sponge, and if something drop, you wipe it right away. And that person would say, "My Lord, look at the painting that this man did. I will recommend you to somebody." And they recommend, because their best job, the man who did my gutter, I recommend him to my neighbor down the street. And he said to me, when we do a job, the best job we get is recommendation from people we do job for. You see. So when somebody recommends you when you do a job, that's the best thing can ever happen to you. Best thing can ever happen to you. That somebody recommend you. Don't sit there and say that "Oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that because this and that and the other." No, do everything to the best of your ability. Do everything to the best of your ability. And you will get your reward. One moment. And somebody just sent me a text. I was answering while I do that. But and so it makes me feel so good to hear that man talking those things about our community, which our black self, which I wanted to say from a very long time. There are a lot of people on TikTok, on YouTube, and Facebook, and they are going and trying to do things. And I said I was going to change up the way that I do things. My things that I know is spirituality, and I'm going to go back into that because I am a minister of God, and so I'm going to start talking about God business opposed to the other business. But I would love to see our people do something different, help ourselves, help do something so you can be different, you can stand out. And when you get there, remember the little man or the little person under you. Don't just get and me and you run and you're married to another race and leave your own race there. Because I noticed that as soon as our people get a little money, they don't want black people anymore. They can't marry to a black brother or a black sister. They get to another race. race. The football player, if you look at them, every one of them run and they're married to a different race. And the next thing you hear, they're getting a divorce. Tiger Wood married to a white woman, and the next thing you know, white babysitter take him for how much million, because they pop out couple kids and then you got to pay them for the rest of their lives, and couple million, you see. And if they're married to a black woman, they treat them so bad, and to cheat on them and do all this kind of thing and don't treat them good. But you got to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you're going to look for somebody to compliment you. But if you know yourself and you can compliment yourself, you know what you stand for, you know who you are, you know your purpose, you know what you were called to do, you know what you were born to do. You don't have to look any other race to compliment you, because you were born beautiful. You were born in the image of God. You don't have to look anybody to compliment you. Oh, I got to have mixed children, because when I have mixed children, they will. If you fell in love with a mixed person or a different race person, fine. But don't seek out to say that's what you want. Because love is something you can't control. Don't seek out to say, well then, oh, I have to have this kind of person or that kind of person. No. No. Know yourself. Know who you are. Be true to yourself. And everything will be fine. I will continue this. I'm still going to be searching to see if I could find that gentleman to get more information of what he said, because it really resonates with me a lot. And I love that. And I just want you to continue and to improve on yourself, to help yourself, get an education, send your children to school, get grant, get loan, get whatever it takes for you to get an education to move up in this life, to have what is it you are called here to do. Don't look, oh yeah, I'm looking up to movie star, I'm looking up to this. You ain't looking up to nobody, because those people don't know you. Don't, oh yeah, I have to be a follower. No, you're not a follower. You're a leader. Those people don't care anything about you. They're trying to get money for themselves. Oh yeah, they have millions of followers. Don't follow anybody. Don't follow anybody. Don't follow nobody. Follow yourself. Follow Jesus Christ. When they fall, what, you're going to fall with them? They are having babies out of wedlock and popping them out one man for another. Are you going to do that with them? You can't follow people who don't have any morals. What? Oh, they are my oh, no. I look up to them and look what they do. Yeah, because you look up to somebody who is moral. It's no good. You're looking up to somebody who's a man just like you. You're not looking up to people who don't know how to do anything different from you. Movie star. I don't even go to movie. If I'm watching movie, I watch some African movie. I don't care about these people. I'm not putting money in their pockets. Are they giving me money? You go to their gate. You can't go in. They have security guard. They live in gated community. Can you go there? Will they give you anything? They will stand afar and throw $1 on you. What that got to do with me? That have nothing to do with me. All these preachers, you're running from one church to the other to find a church. All these preachers care anything about you? They're making millions. Oh, bring money, bring money, bring money. And you take your money and give it to them. I am a person of God. And you take your money and give it to them. Will they turn around and give you anything? Oh, my daughter, my son, college fee is paid already. And you're fighting to send your child to school. Bring money. Yes, you throw your tithing, you throw your offering. Don't send yourself into bankruptcy to give these ministers or pastors to build life. You know what? Look at them when they have a church. They are the pastor, and they said God called them, and their wife is second pastor. Did God call their wife? No, God didn't call their wife, but because they want to stay all in the family. They put it on, bring their wives. And we are so stupid, we can't think. That's what they're doing. Oh, we are following them and we are giving them the money. Our houses are foreclosing. Our cars are taken away. They're driving big Infinity, big Mercedes, big Jaguar. What do you have? You're walking. Did anybody ever stop at your house and said, I come to pick you up to go to church because you don't have a car? Think. God called fools, but he don't keep them. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. It's all a money-making game, or they're using it. They're not using it in the right way. And we will continue this another day, because I have to let some people's eyes be open and not being fooled and not being taken for every dollar they get. Because let me tell you something. I came out of a church that I give. I am a realtor. And my pastor went and buy a house every year, every 2 years. He's buying a new house. Did he ever buy a house from me? He go to a woman who wasn't coming to the church. He bought the house from somebody who wasn't coming to the church, wasn't using anybody in the church to buy a house. Never used one of us. And he said to me, all you do when you sell the house, you just bring the tithe and bring. And I said, really? I left the church. I leave. Because you don't have my best interest at heart. Because if you had my best interest at heart, you would make me get money from you out of your hand one day by saying, okay, Sister Barbara, I want to get a house, and I want you to help me get a house or whatever. A woman in there was doing mortgage, never used the woman one day to do mortgage. He find his own people. But yet they want your money. And that to show you how these people are. They never use you. If you're a cleaner, do they ever use you to clean the house? No. They use somebody else. They use somebody else. They're not using you. Because they don't want you to know their business. Because they always say they don't want you to know their business like you care about their business. You're a professional. The things you're doing are professional. You see, for professional people don't care anything about people house or whatever they have or whatever. You don't care. You're trying to sell houses or do mortgage or do whatever you do, appraisal or whatever. You don't care about people finances. You're not going out there to say, and you're not even the one, if you sell a house as a realtor, to see people houses or see what they have. No, you don't care. The mortgage broker is the one who see your finances. You don't care about people things. But we don't care. We don't help each other. We don't do anything for each other. We just gimme, and then that's it. Anyway, thank you again. I'll be posting this also on my other channel. And I will be continuing our talks by trying to uplift somebody. I know there is a lot of things going on and everything is expensive and all that. And, I won't talk about things I can't change anymore. Things that I cannot change, I don't want to talk about no grocery and gas, and because it's expensive, we still have to buy it. So, what the heck? If we can't buy it, we leave it. I'm talking about things that are going to uplift my fellow black person or white person, whoever it is, can help themselves and do things. It's not only black that can uplift themselves, but I'm trying to help black people to move on to another level, so people stop talking about us to saying that, oh, they are at the bottom of the level, because everybody's talking that we are at the bottom of the level, and stop killing each other, stop shooting each other for no reason at all. Little baby girl in Belgrade was outside playing. Some bozo shoot gun and kill the little baby girl. Don't live to see, you know what I mean, her 9th birthday. This is so bad. We can't continue this way. And then you go in prison, and then you become a woman in prison. And then you're in there crying out. You ever see person who commit a crime, and when they're going to court, you ever see one of these black guys who shoot and kill and do all these things, and when they're going to court, they look like a pastor. white shirt with tie and jacket and comb here and all that rasta looking hair they have cut off and nicely trim. Why you gotta wait until it takes that? Why you gotta wait until you kill somebody to look that way? And if the parents tell you to cut your hair and to do this and look decent and normal, you feel you're cursing and you want to kill them too. But as soon as you go in before the judge, you cut your hair, you shave, you do, and you're sitting there looking so goddamn, excuse me, innocent that I feel like I want to jump over there and kill your ass myself. Because you could have done that. You could have done that before and changed your life before you start shooting that damn gun and killing innocent people. Why you have to take all that before you get to go before a judge looking so innocent and sitting there looking like you're the best person out when you already killed 5 people down the road, shooting gun like a wild person? Why? Think about it. Go in the courtroom sometime and sit down and you see these people come in and you see how they dress up and belt and no pants down their waist, pants pull up to their waist and shirt tucked in and jacket and tie. Really? That is going to change the judge's mind from sending your ass to prison? That is not going to change his mind because you already do your crime. So you're going to do the time. Think. And if it happened that you did something one time, you change your mind. Okay, I'm not saying to kill. All right, you steal something, you fight somebody. All right, you get a second chance. Turn your life around. Don't be an habitual. Don't continue doing the same thing. And when police want you, the first person they run to you, oh yeah, you're the bad person down the road, so you're the one who killed people, so let me go down there and see. Come on. Why is it? Why is it that they have to continue killing, shooting? Envy. Grudgeful. Because that person go to school and able to buy a nice house, a nice car. So you're envy. Look at what he's driving. I have to go down there and I have to bump him off. Why? Can you get it? No. He go to school. When you are sleeping at night and out there doing other things, he is or she is going to school, studying with candle at night to get a profession. First time in the 80s, people have 2-3 jobs and still going to school to become LPN. People have to send money back in Jamaica, still going to school to get the LPN, move on to RN. Now the RN move on to nurse practitioner. It's not that they have it all easy. They were working and still studying. Sometimes they used to drive and sleep on the road. People tell you their story, you wouldn't believe what they have to go through in order to make a living or to make a life. And you see somebody with a nice house, a nice car. The first thing you think of is to go rob them. Everybody have gone these days. The first thing you think of to go rob them. You don't know one earthly thing that person been through to get what he have. You don't know. While you're sleeping there studying. While you're walking up and down with your pants pulled all the way down to your ass, they are working. Two, 3 jobs. People don't want to help themselves. They want to get it from somebody else. They're doing all this scamming business, putting things online, and when you think you're buying something, you send them your money. Oh, you don't see any money. They take your money and run. But time will catch up with them. There is nothing out there free. Anything is free is no good. You're going to have to pay the penalty. You have to pay. So with that says, I hope somebody listened to me today and follow my advice. I hope somebody listened. Oh, I didn't put my light on. I don't know what this light is going to be. The lighting is no good here. Okay, I hope that is a little better. Well, I have the light in behind me turned on. So I hope somebody listened to me today and can take and follow some of this advice that I said. But, you know, it's not easy. Nothing in life are easy. If you're young, by the time you get to my age, you will have something. You have to work, and to get Social Security, if you don't put in anything, you ain't getting anything. You have to work, 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 work. Like I told my children, you have to work, and by the time you get to Social Security age, in this age, I know first time when people not making enough money, then you don't have much money to get, but now people are getting a little more, and so you get more Social Security. So by the time you get to retirement age, you can get a $2,000 or $3,000 that you can live on. If you get anything less than that, you can't live on that. Thank you again for watching Barb, Molly, and Princey, and you have a great afternoon.